start now. What do you want me to start? Well, I want you to start living your purpose. You've called to do something great in this world, and everybody's waiting. If you start it, good job. Keep it up. Get your circle behind you, and let's do this. But as I was sitting in my thinking chair, thinking what I was going to think about, Start Now came up, and just think about this. There's a gap between how old you are and how you feel. A lot of people think, man, I'm 30 years old. I feel like I'm 40. And then once you hit 40, it's like, man, I'm 40 years old. I feel like I'm 50. Once you hit 50, man, I'm 50 years old. I feel like I'm 20. And once you hit 60, man, I feel like I'm 30 years old. How does that work? There's a gap between there. The way you feel and what you think about, the way you think about things, and current issues of this world. Along that line, people think that age is critical to getting what they want. When you're 15, man, when I get 16, I'm gonna buy this brand new car, and it's gonna have the chrome wheels, and it's gonna be sitting on 22s and things like that. And when you hit 16 and you first get your first paycheck from McDonald's, man, I can't buy nothing but gas. That got me here. And if you was us, where we from, it paid for the bus, 86 Latonia. But when you are thinking, man, on down the line I'm gonna get this, or on down the line I'm gonna do these things, I'm gonna live my purpose, what God has called me to do. But no matter how old you are or what you're doing, it all boils down to how you're intentionally living. How do you see yourself? Getting what you want comes from really intentionally giving, and getting what you want really depends on how you give. But what you waiting for? What are you waiting for? Are you waiting for, meteors to fall out of the sky? You say, oh, there's a sign. I should be doing what I need to be doing. Or are you waiting on somebody to tell you, hey, you need to be doing what you're supposed to be doing on this earth? Well, if you're waiting on that, I just told you. A lot of young people say, well, I'll do all that stuff when I get older. Or the funniest thing that I've pretty much ever heard almost is that, I'll start going to church when I get my life right. What it usually takes the person that you're going to see at church to get you to the right place. But anyway, are you waiting to get older, or are you waiting for retirement? Man, once I get done with this job, I'll be able to start doing what I'm supposed to be doing. Or are you waiting for your kids to be up and out the house? Because let me tell you, even if they get up and out the house, they still coming over, which is a good thing. But what are you waiting? And if you're waiting on down the line, what are you doing now? Are you fulfilled now? Because usually when you're when you're working in your ministry or you're working in your calling or you're doing what you feel God has called you to do. And it doesn't have to be church. Doing what God called you to do doesn't have to be you preaching. But if you feel that you are waiting to do what you're supposed to do, what's happening right now? How is your life fulfilled right now? Because I tell you, many people do not live a fulfilled life, and they are unfulfilled and unhappy. Why are they unhappy? Because they're not doing what they're supposed to do, and their body, their spirit on the inside of them is telling them, hey, we're not doing what we're supposed to be doing. We're just sitting here. And I don't know if you ever seen a piece of bread, but if you just left a piece of bread on on the oven, it just sit there and get old and moldy. You don't want to be old and moldy. You're too good for that. You fresh. So, what are you doing while you're waiting on down the line to be fulfilled right now? And if you feel that you're called to be something or to do something, do you have to wait while you're waiting? If you think that you got to wait on down the line, do you have to be unfulfilled right now? You can't. I mean, possibly just a suggestion. Just me talking to you. Could we move the ball down the line a little bit? Just make some steps toward that, even though you feel that you don't have the full capacity and the energy and the resources to do what you're called to do. I think we can still get some preparations in order. Anyway, and that's why I call this Start Now. Start now. Start now getting ready. If you don't feel that you're ready, start getting ready, getting prepared. The world needs people on every level, all age groups, from 0 to 150. The world needs everybody on every level to be walking in their purpose and letting their light shine. Because if you are sitting there waiting, that means there's a void where you're in your circle of influence. And you hear me talk about that all the time, circle of influence. Now, in your circle of influence, you are, I don't want to say the main attraction, but you are a big piece of that puzzle, right? And you are distributing what God is, the talents and gifts that God has given you to hand out to your circle. No matter if it's just your kids as your circle, or the whole community, or a state, or the nation, the whole world, whatever your circle is. If you're not functioning in that capacity, then there's a hole there. There's a void. And what usually happens, especially I'm thinking on the circle of influence of our kids and things like that, if you are not fulfilling your purpose within your kids' lives, you know what they do. Not anything in your circle. If you're not fulfilling your purpose, or there's a hole there, what they try to do is to fill that hole, whatever they think they need, when it's you that they need. Okay? And when they fill that hole, it's usually not a good thing, because they've done it on their own. God has called you to be there, but they're putting their own thing in place. And you know what happens when we try to take over doing what God has called us to do. So it's never too late to start living your purpose. And you'll find that it never stops. Even if you achieve that goal, even if I hit that 200-pound mark like I did yesterday, the next thing might be, on down the line, maybe, the military wants a 6-foot person to be 192 pounds. I wasn't trying to get there, but you know, since I hit that mark, I might be able to do that. You know, so just remember that your vision is so big and so great that it will take a lifetime to fulfill. Even if you hit milestone after milestone after milestone, and you're doing everything that you feel that you're called to do, the next thing pops up. God says, "Hey, I got this little mission right here for you. You want to do it?" And you go after that thing. So let's achieve great things today. And you know, if you need help, you know, I'm praying for you and your circle. Y'all have a great day.